Hey, what's up everybody? Hey, today I'm going to be doing a review of the, as you can see, the Pod Tracker's GPS pet tracker. The main reason I wanted to do this review is because there was a few issues that came up in the course of it being used. Let me see here. One of the things got the components somewhere else here, and I'll show you those in a second here. But it comes in a nice, it's packaged really nicely, so it's got good packaging, instruction booklet, so it's packaged really well. So it's got fairly decent instructions. It's pretty easy to use. The main problem with it is that it's not made for, it's not very durable, I guess I should say. As far as the technology and the electronics and stuff inside of the unit, they work great. The actual GPS and the pet location software and all that stuff, it works really good. It basically works off the cell towers. It pings off the cell towers, so it works kind of like like a find your phone kind of thing, or find your tablet type of deal. It works the exact same way. So, you don't put a SIM card in it, so it works sort of on like a CDMA type system. So for that reason, it works really good. The other good thing is that it works in many different countries. It actually works here in Thailand, where we want to keep track of our cat Denim, because he likes to go out and steal chickens and stuff, and then people will come and say, oh hey, your cat ate one of our chickens, and they want money and this and that. So we basically use it as a kind of a way to tell if the people in the neighborhood are actually telling the truth, are they just trying to come and say, hey, your cat ate some of our chickens, so we want some money. Because we've had it happen before where people have come to us and said, hey, we found a bunch of dead chickens over here and at this neighbor's house, and they came straight to us because they know that our cat likes to go out and he likes to hunt. And we found out later on that no, it wasn't our cat, it was actually some stray dogs that kind of walk up and down on the beach that actually killed these chickens. Because the chickens were just killed, they weren't eaten, so usually if our cat goes after chickens, he's going to hunt them, kill them, and then actually consume them, so eat them. So that's one of the main reasons we got it. So we keep track of him and kind of keep tabs on whether or not our neighbors are being truthful about the whole thing. Because sometimes things happen, they see where we are and the things we have, and they're like, oh, let's make a quick buck off these people. So it's not unheard of. But anyways, like I said, the actual electronics in the unit are really good. They work really well. You can find out where your pet is within just a meter or so. Sometimes less than that. On a rainy day, it doesn't work that great. But as long as you have, it does work on a rainy day. But if there's a lot of cloud cover, it's real spotty, and sometimes it's erratic as far as pinpointing the exact location. It's cool because you can track your pet, you can see where he's been, and it has a lot of different features to do that. So the electronics inside of it, the actual hardware inside of it, works really well. The problem with it is that the unit itself, the materials used to make it, are just not that durable. We've had this for about not quite a year yet. So in June it'll be a year. In June of this year, 2017, it'll be a year since we've had it. And about, I want to say, maybe 5 months ago, almost 6 months ago, we started having problems with the battery. As you see, the battery, here's your two batteries here. So it comes with two batteries, which is good because as you're charging one, you can use the other one, and so you can kind of keep changing it out. And this is something we use every day, okay? The problem with it is that it's just really cheaply made. It's not you know, I don't think that the materials that they're using to make this just hold up well in the world, in the real world. I mean, we live in the jungle, you know. Obviously, it's not in the jungle, but there's a lot of, you know, we live by the beach, and you know, it's tropical area, it's rainy, stuff like that. These units are actually made by people in Australia, so which you have the same kind of climate and conditions in Australia throughout, you know, that country that you do sort of in Thailand. You know, in some places, you know, you get a lot of humidity in Australia. It's dry, it's rainy, so you get a lot of the same conditions. So I'm wondering why they made this the way they did. This should be like an aluminum casing, or at least have metal parts that, you know, just are more durable. Like you can see here, if you look, I don't know how easy it'll be to see, but you can see this little rim here that you use. You put these batteries in, you twist them in, and they lock in. So they're twisted in and locked in, but as you can see, I can just pull this in and out, you know. It just comes in and out. So they don't even really stay in there. This is after about 6 months of constant use. This one I've actually repaired. I've actually taken some epoxy and repaired this one so that we can use it. But the problem is, so the battery is intact, and it's got its little locking, you know, form here, so that when you put it in, you twist it and you lock it, and it locks in there. But obviously it doesn't do that now. So the battery could still possibly use it, but the problem is that this rim with the grooves in it that you twist in and lock, they're just shot, they're destroyed. They're just completely gone. I mean, you see how thin this is. This is just like a thin plastic, rubberized sort of plastic that they use on these. So I would say that the overall design of this device is, I'd give it honestly, I'd give it like a 3, because, you know, it just doesn't last. It doesn't hold up in real world situations where you want to use this, especially for the, you know, the situation we're in, where we need to use it all the time to keep track of our pet, so that we can, you know whether or not he's actually gone somewhere. If someone says, hey, your cat came in and stole some chickens or whatever, we can actually look on this and track and see, oh, well, the neighbor's house is here, but his tracks and everything are over here. He hasn't gone anywhere near your house. So we can kind of call a foul on that if we need to. So it's a good thing to have for situations like that, you know. Keeps everybody honest, so to speak. So, and here's the other battery here to kind of show you what's going on with it. You can see it's got a crack here, you know, it's all cracked up, and, you know, it's just been beat to hell. You know, here, you pull it out, you just pull it right out of the casing there, you know, now, and it's just, the ring is intact, all that stuff's intact, but as far as everything else goes, it just, you know, it's just coming apart. Now, this unit, from their website, I think is around $250 for this, okay? Now, $250, I mean, you can buy some, you know, really high-end electronic stuff for $250. You know, $250 goes a long ways usually when you're buying things, you know, when you're buying a product. If you're spending $250 on a product, you would expect to get something, you know, that is built really well and it lasts, you know. But this unit here, it just does not do that. You know, here's the battery, you know, so, I mean, it's like I said, it's just falling apart. I can probably go in and fix this and, you know, get everything put back together and make it work. But the problem is that once I do that, it's not going to lock into the unit. Now, this unit is really lightweight. This is very light, you know, so it's not very heavy, which is good. Obviously, you're going to have it on your pet and stuff like that, so that's something you want to, you know, you want to be light. Batteries have a little bit of weight to them, obviously, because they're batteries, you know, so they're a little heavy, but they're not very heavy either. And like I said, the electronics and everything inside of it, the GPS, the way the product actually works is great. It's fantastic. It works really awesome. Don't have any complaints about the way the product actually works. Now, if you do have a problem, they have customer service that you can You know, you can call their customer service or you can email them, whatever. Sometimes it takes them a really long time to get back to you. So we actually called and asked them about, you know, replacing the unit and doing this and that and see if we get a replacement. And they said, you know, we bought this on eBay. We didn't buy it through their website. So we bought it on eBay through a private seller. It was a new device, but the company basically said, well, since you bought it on eBay, there's nothing we can do for you, even though we have, you know, receipts for the transaction. It shows you, you know, we bought it. It's their product, but they basically said, no, you know, sorry, we can't do anything for you. So we obviously got it for a cheaper price on eBay. Where people will get them in bulk and then they can sell them, you know, at a discount. But the thing is that when you buy this device through their website, you're going to pay, you know, anywhere from $200 to $250 for this. And then if you want to replace something on it, it's not free. You pay a discounted price and they'll send you a new one. But you got to send your old one in first. And we've sent them emails before where it's taken them a week just to get back to us with an email. Okay, so the customer service is spotty at best. It's not that great. So if you were to send this to them, you know, which they're probably getting a lot of people actually sending these back to them, and I would imagine your turnaround to get this back, to get a new one, to get a replacement would be probably a couple months. And that's just, you know, I'm just speculating on that. I don't know, but I'm just basing it on their customer service and, you know, the way that they have gotten back to us, you know, when we've posed an email question to them or when we've asked them about replacement. So again, you know, this is the Pod Tracker's GPS, you know, GPS pet tracker and activity monitor. And I think it's really overpriced for what you're getting as far as the material, the end product. You know, they have it set up here so you can put these little straps in, and then you just basically put the straps around the collar and then attach the collar to your pet, dog, cat, whatever. If you were to attach this to your cat or your dog and they were going around and using it every day, there is no question that at some point your animal, this signal would be lost because this battery would just fall off. Excuse me, it would just fall off when they're out there outside, out in the world. So, you know, I just I wanted to do this video because this happened, like I said, about 6 months ago. They started doing this, and I was able to fix it. So I thought, okay, well, I'll fix it. You know, and we got a hold of them. They said, oh, sorry, you bought it on eBay, so there's nothing we can really do for you. So basically, what I have here is I have a unit that works, batteries that are still able to charge, but I'm unable to actually get it to sit in there anymore. It's just, you know, for lack of a better word, it's garbage. It's garbage for what you pay for. There's other pet tracking devices out there. There's new ones coming along all the time. And it's a shame, like I said, it's a shame because this one really, it really did a good job at locating your pet. You're able to track them. You're able to see where they go. You know, it pulls up a map. You know, it pings off a cell tower, so there's no, you know, it doesn't use a satellite and stuff like that. And that is it's a $50 a year service to get that, which, like I said, in June our service is up, and you know, these are unusable anyways. So, you know, without a lot of fixing and modification and, you know, fixing this rim. I fixed this rim a couple times. You know, parts broke off and actually glued them back together and used some epoxy. You can see there's some residue from that. But you know, I would think twice before spending, you know, $250 on this product. You know, because you're gonna get basically, if you use it every day, and it's something you use all the time, and you're changing the batteries out and all that stuff every day, this will fail. This will eventually fail on you. This battery will become lost in the wilderness, and you're never gonna find this. If your cat's out in the woods or roaming around like he does, like our cat does here, he's roaming around outside, you know, there's thick undergrowth and there's trees and there's basically, it's a rainforest, you know, back behind our house, and then you have the beach after that. And if you know, this will come back because it's attached to the collar, but this if this fails, that just gets, you know, oh, where'd it go? Oh, or it's, you know, it's gone now. So what do? You know, you will never find this, especially like where we live. This will never be found unless it's found by accident. You know, if you go out searching for it, you might be able to look up on the map and see, okay, where do you go? But if your cat's traveling around a long ways, you know, you're not going to be able, you know, you might be able to trace around and stuff, but like I said, if this thing comes off there, that's it. So it's gone. And I can't remember how much these batteries were. They weren't cheap, but you know, then you got to buy a new battery. So this is probably the only thing that's really stayed intact is a little charging cradle, because you don't do anything with it. You just put your battery in there and plug it into a USB port and it charges the battery up. So, you know, pretty disappointed in the workmanship and the materials that they use for this device, because like I said, it really is a good device as far as the usability of the electronics and the GPS and the actual tracking that it does. You know, so it does what it says it's going to do. It tracks your animal, it does all that stuff. But the problem is that it's just it's cheaply made with cheap materials. You need to use like an aluminum, you know, or a partial aluminum frame. You know, like if they did this part here with aluminum and embedded it in, but left enough open so where your signal could still come through. I think, you know, let me see. I think this battery is dead, but you know, if I put this in here and turn this on, see the unit powers on and everything, so it's great. You know, it's showing you, you know, you got signal. And then I let off on it a little bit and it just died. So here, I press it again. Okay, now it's saying the battery needs charge or something. So, but you know, so it does actually, again, powered on. Let's check this one. So the unit powers on, you know, which is great. That's great, but you can't keep it powered. This is just, I mean, the weight of this battery and the actual system that they use to keep the battery in it just doesn't work. It's too soft. It's too soft of a device. It's not, you know, it's not hard enough of a device as far as the materials go for the real world. It's just not. So $250, and you know, 6 months later, like I said, we've been kind of hacking it out, trying to use it for, you know, a longer period of time. But basically, you know, 5 months ago, this thing just started. It just went to junk. You know, it just cracked up. So I don't know, but that's sort of my small little review of this device. You know, coupled with a small rant about the quality of it. When we first got it, you know, we pulled it out, looked at it, everything was new, and it looked great. It was, you know, it was nice looking. It's small, you know. And then one day we're just like, oh, you know, oh. So again, great electronics, great as far as the GPS and everything, but materials and workmanship that go into it. They need to design something better that's more robust and more, it's just a little harder, you know. They need aluminum up in here, metal, whatever, iron, steel, you know, aluminum, titanium, I don't know, whatever, something, you know, concrete, whatever. They need something that's hard that you can actually put on your pet and they can go around. The other thing they need to do is make it so that this isn't just, the device isn't on your pet, so that if something does happen, you know, because pets are going to run around, they're going to hit stuff and knock things around. So this technically could be a new device, but if your pet gets it caught, you know, say you're walking in some undergrowth, and like here we have vines and stuff like that, this gets caught in a vine and they go to move, this could just break from that. So what I did when this actually broke was I made this. Now this is just a little container that I made. You know, the cover comes off like that, and you can take and put the device inside of it, you know, so that everything is enclosed inside of here. So it's all enclosed. You put that in. When you put, you put it all together. You put that in, and then just the whole thing fits inside of there. You cover it up. Helps keep it waterproof, stuff like that. And then you just use a little dowel to push it out. So I drilled a hole in there and you just push it out with the dowel. You pop it out, and it works just fine. The GPS works just fine with it. I actually use 2 collars just to be sure that one collar. We've had the cat come back before where one of the collars was actually off, so the second collar actually helped keep the device on. Obviously if you lose this and there's still battery power, you can go find it. You might have to search a little bit within a meter to find it, but every time you hit locate on your you can use your phone or your tablet. There's a little app that you get. Every time you hit locate, these little lights will blink in there, so you probably find it that way if it's dark, or you just look around until you can find it. But if, like I said, if this was just on there, and this battery came out, well, that's it, forget it, so. But anyways, that's my sort of review on this device and what they need to improve on it to make it really a usable device in the real world. If you're just using your backyard or something or whatever, okay, why would you do that? This is something that people use so that they can track their pets if they leave the yard, they get lost, or if they just have pets that they want to let roam around. Some people have big properties that they just let their pets roam around. There's people that have 5, 10 acres of land and upwards, and your pets just roam around, so where's Fluffy? Well, we're gonna look for Fluffy. You just get the tracker. Oh, she's over there or he's over there, or whatever. So, but that's it for my review of the Pod Tracker GPS pet tracker and activity monitor. So, if you want to spend $250 on it to have it just break later, go for it. But in my opinion, it's not worth the money. So this product should have been, $60, $70 for the way that it holds up. It just doesn't hold water, and they're making a lot of money on these devices that just don't last. So that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this review video and small rant that I had about it. So if you found this video useful and helpful, please rate, comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys later.